ago, Americans watched from their living rooms as civil rights activists were confronted with bullets and batons. Now, instead of violence, Jena is home to a war of words. Giant television satellite trucks and camera crews, practically never seen here before, appear almost every day.
Good morning, everyone. Top of the morning to you, right?
Radio talk show hosts like Tony Brown.
All eyes on Jena, Louisiana this morning.
Who broadcasts from nearby Alexandria, Louisiana.
If you're black in Jena, they throw the book at you and throw away the key. And if you're white, you get a slap on the wrist and sent home to your parents.
Are not shy about pumping up the rhetoric.
We've been in the trenches of racism here in Louisiana, in some of these rural areas like Jena, where there's a clannish environment and a new Jim Crow that is victimizing particularly young, poor black youth.
We found no evidence of any real Klan activity in Jena, but even the suggestion of it is unsettling to whites and blacks. This is a tight-knit community. Evelyn Talley Mosier and Laura Fink are mother and daughter. People from the outside are saying, oh my gosh, those people in Jena, Louisiana are country, backwards, racist white people. How do you respond to that?
I think they're generalizing. I think they're labeling. I think they're bigoted.
No matter what color you are, we all look out for each other. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that we watch each other's back. We're neighbors.
Still, many whites in Jena have become sick of the national attention. We spent a lot of time in Jena waiting for interviews that never materialized. But a few people did agree to talk. People like Cleveland Reiser. He's lived and worked here for most of his 75 years. Matter of fact, he's so well known that they named a street after him.
Why did this happen? Why were nooses hung in this tree? Why was there such a racial tension between the blacks and the whites?
When the black kids first integrated, my son was a sophomore. And there was no real assistance to try to get black kids, white kids to understand that the reason why all of us at Jena High School is getting an education. They got the impression that this is our school for whites, and y'all don't have any school now because they closed yours. And so as a result of that, we get all of these second generation feelings still in their kids that Jena High School is a white school. Actually, we don't have near enough bagged up yet.
Across town, Billy Fowler is helping to unload tons of food that will be given out to Jena's poorest families, black and white. He's a member of the parish school board, and like Cleveland Reiser, has lived here all of his life.
Mr. Fowler, the black community feels there is a double standard here in education, in justice, in economics. Do you agree with that?
To a certain extent.
Why is that?
Well, most of the people who live here are old-timers, and this part of the country was not very forward. Education, if they went through the 6th grade, was probably about as much as you'd get. And even today, the state of Louisiana ranks dead last compared to other states in education. Now, being on the school board, I want to try to do something about that. Color skin's not going to enter into it, so I'm going to help on that end of it, and I think the board will do the same.
Many whites in Jena believe their town is doing the best that it can.
Just because this is South does not mean that this is not an integrated community. Do your homework before you print things. This is hurting our family.
I feel that the world is not seeing the real picture of Jena High School.
Charlene Ranton and her daughter Anna Marie are deeply invested in the future of Jena High School. when I talked to both of you, and I was telling you it was so hard to break into the white community and to get families like you to talk to me. Why has it been so tough?
They fear speaking out because of, I guess, the danger to their family and themselves. I, on the other hand, believe that some of us who know the truth and the way things aren't speaking out loudly enough. And why do you feel comfortable talking to me about it?
Same way she does. I feel like, people are looking at us like we're big racists, and we're really not. And people that aren't need to speak out. Because if the people that know what's really going on need to talk.
We told them the same thing that my parents told me.
But most blacks in Jena believe that change here is long overdue. What do you think about Reverend Al Sharpton and these other leaders from the outside coming into town? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a very good thing, because what I think it can do is what it's doing, and that is get you here, get the media here. At some point, someone is going to get the message here that we cannot afford to live a false life by having certain people in positions that make these kinds of decisions that causes all this to occur.
Racially charged from the get-go.
Just ahead,
Racial hatred and bigotry.
the internet and talk radio
People are just tired and fed up.
propel the story to a new level.
Free the Jena 6